Blog Talk Radio.
You're listening to RVD Radio.
Drop that down! The whole fucking show! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! Assassinator! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! A damn shot straight to your brain! Straight to your skull crack! You get down to straight to your brain! Straight to your skull crack! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! I will fly high! 5-star broad blast! You can't stop me! 5-star broad blast! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! It's all about the king of the gang! The balance of power that's in! You can't stop the king of the gang! The balance of power that's in! Drop it down! The whole fucking show! Drop it down! The whole fucking show! I will levitate! Flip, kick you in the yell! I will decimate! You can prepare for! Drop it down! The whole fucking show! 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 Drop it down! The whole fucking show!
Yes, Rob Van Dam, the whole fucking show. I can relate to that. I am that guy. Happy August 3rd, everybody. That's today, August 3rd, 2011, the first and only August 3rd, 2011 ever, at least as far as we know. If it had existed before, then that would blow our whole chronological calendar system out of whack. So I'm not a full supporter of anyway. How can we have it down to the exact minute when we're talking hundreds of years? That's crazy talk. Looking at my death calendar, Lenny Bruce died of an accidental morphine overdose on the 3rd, 1966 of August. Nobody really cares, I know, but I always like to say this, and now I got a calendar to prove it with names, but I always like to say this. Not everybody made it. We made it. Some of our friends that listened to the last show, some of our family may not have made it this far. Last time we were talking about some wrestlers who had passed away, and we totally forgot to even mention the Macho Man. Been a while since we did the show, but we didn't talk about Randy Savage. At least I'm pretty sure we didn't. And I was afterwards, thinking that really affected a lot of people. A lot of people that didn't even know he was still alive couldn't believe that he was dead. That's what I find fascinating. People are like, man, I can't believe it. It's like, dude, you haven't heard from him in 15 years. Why does it affect you so much? Because that impact, We grow up with our TV and with those influential characters that, help mold and shape us into the wonderful people that we are. R.I.P. Macho Man. I don't think there's been anybody recently in the wrestling world, anyway, that I know of. Definitely, we said goodbye to Amy Winehouse, which, man, a lot of people come across as cold-hearted motherfuckers. They say, well, I don't feel sorry for her. I don't got any sympathy for her. Dude, she fucked up. Yes, she lived a destructive life, and we all know people that we wish we could tell them, hey, you're on a fucked up path. You need to change your life, but you can't tell someone to just change their life. And anyway, she didn't want to die. She fucked up. Her parents are sad. There's a lot of grief over it, very wasted talent. But besides that, she's a human being. So I don't understand how people can be so void of compassion as to not care and want to make a statement about how much they don't care, how indifferent they are. Same people that would be like, I wish so-and-so would fucking die. Really? You really wish that? Because for me, that sounds kind of evil and heartless to wish for death. Death is horrible. It's the worst part of life. It's so final, as far as we know. And, even evil people that do harm to innocent people, child fuckers, killers, rapers, these people that you go, you know what, they don't deserve to live. Even if I wish for them to die, if I'm like, oh, I wish that motherfucker would die, that then is me exuding a dark energy. Do you not see that? It's me playing the evil part, even if it's justified. That, by the way, is the concept that was my passion for the comic book that I'm now finally talking about, Twisted Perception. Comic-Con San Diego was last week. I made an announcement that my comic book is finally done. I'm real excited about it. And what I just told you is the passion. My character is a personality of mine, peaceful, advocate of positive energy. But when you see that dark energy, that monster of a person, something rises in me to meet that, and I want to bash it in. I did this interview that's on YouTube. If you go to robvandam.com, there's a link on my blog to this interview that I did at the Comic-Con, standing in front of a big blow-up of my comic book cover, and I'm talking to someone from Jack's. There's a bunch of media there. It was really cool. And my book's not accessible yet, but that's the next step. I'm going to make it a digital book, and I'll tell you all where you can get it. But I'm putting final touches. It's done, but still got like final credit pages and putting page numbers, little things that I got to do, and I'm doing it now. So I'm pretty excited about that, and I'll be talking about that real soon. Like I said, we should have a way to post the links up. We might. I don't know. I'll ask my producer, because I got some links I'd like to mention on tonight's show, that being one of them, and that'd be awesome. We'll put them in the chat room if nothing else, but there might be a place to put them on the profile page. I don't know. That's one of them, my interview. Speaking of my producer, Nikki Starr, it's been a long time. Join me and talk to me.
I'm
Nikki
here.
Starr.
I'm here. Welcome, Paige. Rockin' damn, it's so good to hear you.
Dude, it's been forever, and last time we did a show, maybe the last two times, you weren't even around.
I know, because I was so sick. It's such a long story, but I'm better, so it's good.
You're better now?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
But,
good.
yeah.
I know we wouldn't be hearing from you if you weren't, but now you're good, and that's awesome.
I am. I'm not 100% better. I'm not back to any production until next month, except you, but yeah, I'm better. You're special.
Okay. Well, hey, as far as links go, is there like somewhere like on our RVD radio page where we can like post like links mentioned on today's show or something, or just throw them in the chat room or what?
Let's see. I can put them in the chat room, and then you can't. I'm not sure if I can put links in the description anymore. I have to look. But I'll put it in the chat room, and then I will save the chat, and then I'll check and see if I can do it, okay?
All right, well, we got a new switchboard. Everyone listening has no idea, but there's a new switchboard, and I haven't used it before. Holy cow, it looks pretty cool. Wow, we can adjust the level of the sound effects.
Correct.
I always hear from people that our voices are too low compared to the sound effects.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, in the forums at robvandam.com, I was reading this post, and I wanted to read it to you. I was going to read it to you off the air, but since you're here and I have it pulled up right here, I think I'm going to ask you if you know what they're talking about. It says, I'm slowly catching up with RVD radio, except I usually don't have enough time to listen to a whole effing show. However, I do thoroughly enjoy it so far. My one complaint is your voices are too quiet compared to the very loud sound effects. If the levels can't easily be changed, as a pro sound engineer, I suggest using a compressor with a sharp attack. Nikki probably has something like that to help. But that's what it says. Do you have a sharp attack, Nikki Starr?
No. You know what? People think we're together in the same room, or even in the, like that. I can adjust, the levels and the boom mics and blah. It's not like that. It's just not like that. So.
But on this new switchboard, it does look like we can adjust the levels. So that's awesome.
For everything,
let's figure out which ones need adjusting. Let's do that sometime off there, huh?
Well, I can do that at the show. See, it's hard for me to tell, so I'll have to have somebody help me. I'll get Matt to help me or something, because it sounds good to me. You sound loud to me. I sound loud to you. When we play the music, it seems like the playback is what it is. So, I don't know.
All right,
I'll
cool.
fix it, but we're not in a studio, y'all, and I'm not where he's located.
Don't blow our
Very
illusion.
far from
All a
me.
facade. Let him imagine it. Okay, all right, cool. So, so it's all good. SVD is on her way. I don't know if. Yeah, she'll make it soon. She's driving home from San Diego. I didn't know if she'd be here in time. We actually have a bunch of guests that may or may not make it within the hour. Doing an hour show, I know everyone says we can never do it that way, but this one we didn't promote a lot on the air for live callers so that we can coordinate it. This new system will be a little more concentrated on conversation between us, but should be about the same, and I think this way we're going to be able to keep shows fresh more consistently, right?
And, and I agree. I'm okay with an hour if we do it every week. I don't like an hour if we do it only once a month. But I'll do whatever you want. And also, too, since it is my first show back, I think he's being nice to me, so an hour is good. I'm ready for it.
I'm always nice to you, but I'll be exceptionally nice to you. Okay, cool.
All right,
All right. Well, I got a subject for today, and it's one that when I talked to a few people today and said, hey, you got some time to talk on RVD radio thing? I told them the subject. People are scared of this. You know what I mean? People are afraid to talk about religion, and I wanted to talk about, in particular, the exemptions set aside for religious basis, because there's a lot of them in society, and I haven't really talked about it from that perspective, but I was noticing today because all over the news is this guy, what's his name, Warren Jeffs, I think. And,
yep.
Okay, so he's got, this harem of wives. Some of them are 12-year-old, 14-year-old, and, oh, that's cool, I'm a Mormon. It's okay with our religion. That's his defense. And people use that a lot, and people accept that. People don't even question it. If you can't wear a hat to go in somewhere, well, guess what? If you're Jewish, you can wear that little yarmulke or whatever it's called.
Right.
It's all good. If you're a Muslim, wrap a towel around your head. But they're not going to let you or I walk in with a ball cap because they're going to say, hey, that's a hat, gangster. We don't do that here. I find
if gangsta was your religion, you could claim that you could. You just have to make a religion and then claim it.
That does seem to be the case, and if you do so, if you make your own religion and you have it officiated, then you have a lot of advantages. You're tax exempt. You can do things that other people can't do because it's illegal for them, but it's okay for you because you just say that's part of your religious practice. So I find that fascinating, and I'm looking forward to getting a couple other people's. All
right, let me screen some calls. You keep going.
Okay, cool. All right, thanks, Nikki, because I think this one call right here, the 618, is probably going to be Mr. Pee-wee, if I remember that area code right, which I'm going to check right here because I'm yes, okay, let Pee-wee on. Pee-wee was the referee back in the original ECW days, y'all. To all you hardcore fans, if you remember, referee John Pee-wee Moore, back when RVD used to wrestle Sabu and we'd wrestle the Eliminators, and yeah, back in that day, the hardcore day. Pee-wee, big part of it, big part of my hardcore family. So he called in, and I guess with this new soundboard, this is going to be the first caller that I've taken. I guess I probably pushed that. No, it says mute. Shit, I didn't want to hit mute. It's red. Uh-oh. I don't know. Let's see. Screen, hang up, mute, live. But when I hit that, it goes to mute. I don't know. I bet it's hot right now. Yes, because it's red and I'm red. That means Pee-wee and RVD are live. We got red mic. And Nikki's red. I get it. See, I'm catching on. I don't need no tutor. What up? Hey, what up, Pee-wee?
Hello?
Hello, Pee-wee.
Hello, you hear me?
I can hear you fine, dude. I'm just retarded. No offense, retarded. Awesome. Hey, so thanks for calling in. I don't think we've had you call in before, have we, on a radio show?
No, I'm a version to the RVD radio show.
Nice.
And my cherry is being popped at the moment.
Thanks for calling in. I don't know if you heard or not, but I just told the people who you are because people remember, man, that was a good part of their lives, dude. And you were there, man. You were part of it. You changed, man. You changed. All right. So, Pee-wee, whenever you and I talk on the phone, you know, we usually like to get pretty deep because, like myself, you like to study life and to try to recognize patterns and to try to think and use your own noodle. Would that be correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So today's subject, I'm talking about religious exemptions from society. There's a lot of things you can get away with, and that's just one way of putting it. But things you can get away with if you say it's part of my religion. You know, I mentioned dress code. Dress code is one, but it's one that's very obvious, and people don't even question it. You know, like I see like people with towels wrapped around their head going through airport security, and I'm like, wait a second. Can I wrap a towel around my head and, like, hide my weed up there or something and just walk through security? Because if they say it's religion, people automatically think, oh, well, I can't deny that or I'm fucking with God. Please, go right on ahead.
Right, that's the whole point.
And what's weird about that is it's not even their perception of God. It's someone else's. It's someone that they religiously hate on, or, you know, for lack of a better term, but it's someone that, like, for instance, the Christian guy that's working TSA at the airport, he may think that Muslims are crazy, but when they go through with a towel on their head and he don't want to have them take it off, well, then it's like, is he all of a sudden an endorser of Allah, the God of the Muslims? Or does he think that his God will be offended, or he doesn't want to take the chance? Well, I think it's more of they don't want to offend people.
Think that they have a different God than the Christians.
Well,
the only difference, if you read, is that they don't believe that Jesus was the Son of God. They believe there is only one true God, and they believe it's the same God. It's just different interpretations. And that's where you get the towel and different customs and different cultures. I just think that religion is made to confuse mankind because it makes no sense.
Well, I mean, I was going to say, all religions could
really don't make sense.
They could all be different stories of similar happenings, or all different takes on the same thing. So what you're saying about the God, you know, we could say, yeah, everyone's got their own take on the same God, but when you get to the real devoted, and I'm not even necessarily talking about the fanatics, but the ones that really, really devote 100% of their waking moments towards the rituals that are defined by the leader of their pack, their priest, or their Bible reader, or whoever it is that says, hey, Jesus says to say this many this, or tells the Jews, hey, hang this up on your house on Passover Day, or whatever their customs are, the people that really commit to that, I've always felt like to really be that committed towards one, you've got to pretty much denounce the other ones.
Right, which is a way to confuse us and also pit us against each other as mankind. The thing about religion, like if you read the Bible, there's so little of it that actually comes from Jesus' mouth. It's just our interpretations. And, they use religion to kill how many people? How many wars are fought over this stupid fucking religion? Where everybody knows what's good and everybody knows what's bad. So why are different interpretations causing us to fight, murder each other, starve people out, and just do completely inhumane things to the planet?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's basically it's a conflict of energy, and always has been, So that's going into the different looks at what religion is. I mean, if we're open-minded enough to have that conversation, then we have to be open-minded enough to say, okay, well, if people's subscriptions towards different organized religions make them exempt from other rules in our society, and we've separated church from state, then who is it that can govern what counts as a religion and what doesn't?
That's where the fine line between government and theocracy lies. And it is a thin, fine line. Because what you have is most of the times when you have a government like our government, obviously you're talking the United States, it's very hard if you think 200 years down the road to think that we will not become a theocracy if we are already a theocracy. Think of how many presidents and judges are of one religion, and then think could our country ever have the same people in power of a different religion? And I don't think so. So maybe we already are a theocracy, and maybe all these religious, what is politically correct and what is not is just their interpretation.
Right. Now, politically correct, I think political correctness is about trying to appease each other. People say, well, I believe, that Jesus rose. He's the God. He's the Son of God. You're Jehovah's Witness. You believe that he didn't rise yet. He's still coming or whatever. So basically, I think you're probably going to burn in hell for eternity because you're wrong. But to be politically correct, I'm going to respect you for having your own beliefs.
Right.
We pretty much, that's kind of like a societal tool that we have to do is respect everybody for their not necessarily if they have crazy, wacky beliefs, but if it's just on our opinion of what crazy is, and we think that our shit isn't crazy, and in fact it's really just as credible. Then yeah, or just as crazy, then the whole thing's out. So if we can look at that and say, okay, well, then what is it about religion that makes people look the law and people enforcing the law and it just rules a society the other way? Why is it if you open up a business and you call it a church and you say when me and my bros get together and hang out, this is our way of connecting with God. Why is it the society, according to the book, says, okay, cool, then don't worry about paying taxes on that thing as long as it's all for God, for your version of God?
I believe there's more to it than that. I believe if you have a church, another church, and you have to be part of a certain fraternity, otherwise maybe nobody goes to your church. I don't think it's just as easy as opening up a church. And I think that maybe you need a license, maybe city coding is involved with zoning and whatever. I don't think it's easy. I don't know though. So I'm
right. Well, we're going to talk about that more when I get some other callers on the line. One of them in particular talked to me about having a church before, and he's supposed to call any minute. But hold on, Pee-wee, because I got dude. This tells me the call time people are waiting. That's awesome. That way I feel guilty that. Abrith from New York's been waiting for 9 minutes. What up, Abrith?
Hey, it's Abrith. How's it going, Rob?
Nazareth. Okay, dude, everything's good, man. Thanks for calling in. How are you?
All right. Yeah, I'm glad you guys, are actually tackling this topic. So many people run away from this kind of thing.
Yeah, and me and Pee Wee don't. RVD Radio doesn't. But, I could turn some of my fans away just by saying something that their ears have been told is bad. You know, people are brainwashed to think, well, I don't like Rob. He's talking bad. I'm not talking bad. This is just open-minded. This is just speaking from what I know. And I don't know for sure that any of this stuff actually happened. What I do know is that organized religion is a big business, and it's treated differently than other businesses because God's connected to it, and God still rules the world. I mean, you still swear in the court of law, on the Bible that you're going to tell the truth. So you're stoked about this topic, so I know you're going to be bringing us something good. Yeah,
I'm actually out here in New York, and we just passed the legalization of gay marriage, but there was there was that small ruling that religious institutions don't have to follow it, and the thing that got me is okay, religious institutions don't have to perform gay marriages, yet somehow they're still tax exempt, even though we have religion of church and state, a separation.
Right. That's exactly what we're talking about, and the religion in what's defined as religion or religious practices or religious businesses, a lot of that is gray area.
Right.
So I really want Justin to call in. Let me find out when he's. I had somebody approach me and my friend Justin, and talking about opening up a church, which of course I didn't want to do it because it sounded like bullshit, and the only reason to do it was to get around, to circumvent the laws, and I know that people do that, and I've seen, if you guys have watched, what is it? I think it's Bill Maher's documentary, Religulous. He goes to one of these churches where the guy smokes pot. Okay, and he's, that's, wow. I mean, basically, if you think about, meditating as being, a growing experience of connecting with that inner divine connection, well then that's a religious experience in itself. So, who is someone to tell you that you're not using it for that? And also, they were smoking pot there, and we're talking about that. I had some friends saying, dude, we can get together and we can open up a church, and then it's legal. It's it's your sacrament because of some line in the Bible that's controversial that different people debate over, that Jesus said about the sage, or there's several references actually. If you Google it, and I'm not an expert on the Bible, but it's all in interpretation. But it is apparently that easy. I mean, I don't know if there's a moratorium and you can't open so much or whatever, but I've been told there's a place on Venice Beach where there's a, quote, church, and there's just, 4 or 5 people or something, and they get together and smoke, and then they're outside of the law.
Yeah. Now let me ask you, just for some background, what was your family's religion? How were you brought up, and how did you come to the beliefs about religion that you have now?
Well, the belief that I came to now is just by being an observer. I realized that growing up has a huge influence on who we are, but when people really stick to trauma from when they were young on a conscious level, because they feel like they deserve to hold on to that, and to me it's okay, but you're an adult now, and so when I was a kid, I went to a couple different churches. Don't remember belonging to one. I remember my parents trying some different ones, and went till I was about 5, and then I never went to church after that except for weddings or funerals. I got baptized, and I didn't even really know what it was, but it was something, my parents arranged when we were visiting my grandparents in Pittsburgh, and they were very Polish, and so it was a big deal, to have my uncles, whoever there to okay, these are your godmothers and godfathers, which I didn't even know what that meant, but they were witnessing me being baptized. But as an adult, when I look at that, that has like no influence on me whatsoever. Like that, going through that, I mean, I'm sure I learned whatever I learned and took that from that. But my worldview right now, absolutely, I can't say that it has anything to do with it. When I think of the kid that got baptized, it's totally looking at somebody different, like some kid that I don't even know.
Yeah, I actually know someone, and she just had a baby, and I pleaded with her. I was like, please don't baptize your kid, because I was baptized too and raised super religious and never, bought into any of it. And I was just hoping maybe there's, one kid I can save that won't have to, go through this stuff and struggle with it, but, with tradition. Right, yeah. And same thing when it comes to circumcision, right? Yeah. That's basically why we do it. That's the reason it started it and the reason that we keep doing it. So, yeah. All right, cool. Abrith. Yeah. First Abrith I think that I've ever met. So. Yeah, I think I'm the first one. People always say, what's your last name? And I'm always like, why, do you know another one? Who are you going to get me confused with? Right. So anyway, I met you at one of the TNA events last year, and I was really happy because this was after your wife hit her 2 years of remission. Okay, yeah. So how is she doing now? She's doing great. I actually hear her coming in the garage door downstairs right now, so she'll be joining us momentarily. But she's doing great though. She's now 3 years clean. So a lot of people don't realize that. I get asked everywhere, and they're afraid when they ask, how's she doing? Oh, good. She's doing great, aren't you, baby?
I'm doing great.
RVD's in the house.
Hi.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Sonia. That's awesome to hear that.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just walked in the door. I don't know exactly what you were talking about, but it sounds like cancer, and I kicked that's ass. So. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
By the way, Rob, one last thing.
Ahead,
I've been waiting for the new episodes of your internet show to come up, and I know you reformatted the website. Is there any update on that?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, some updates on the website. I don't know how to post the new episodes. The only thing I know how to do is change the blog. And since the website was basically dormant since my webmaster powdered on me last September or October, I haven't really made an effort to draw a whole lot of attention to the site with my blogs. So I update them once in a while, so if someone comes there, there's something new for them to read. But I got a new web guy. He's given the facelift, but he's done 1 out of 3 stages, which mostly is the homepage and the store. He's hopefully going to be done with stage 2 tomorrow or the next day, which means the forums. I wanted them to be done by the time the show comes out, but by the time people listen to this archive, the website should be a lot further. And the more it gets done, the more I want to put attention towards it. The RVD TV episodes are going to be one of the last things, stage 3. So hopefully before too long, we'll have all that reworked out, and then we'll be able to keep fresh content going on the site all the time. We have there's the forums, and there's also an eBay store, which is being worked on right now that will be done by the time people listen to this too. And we're going to keep the store active because I got tons and tons of stuff I need to get rid of, personal stuff out of my closet, and plus, the shirts. I'll wear an RVD shirt to stretch before a match or something, and then I get a brand new one the next day or whatever, so that builds up, and action figures, and tons and tons and tons. Plus some of my own personal collection stuff. So the eBay store will be open and the forums real soon, and pretty soon, heck yeah, I want to do some new RVD TV episodes. So
all right. Yeah, sweet. All right. Thanks for taking my call, Nikki and Rob. Sonia, have a great night.
Okay, you too. Thanks. Matt Denton has been holding for 27 amazing minutes, so I want to put Matt on here. But also, Nikki, Justin just tried to call, and he says that it says there's no shows in the next 24 hours. What the hell? Did he do the wrong number? Probably so. I'll say try again. And save you the time, Nikki, because that's what you're going to tell me is that he's wrong. Ooh, okay. Matt Denton, cheers, mate.
What's up, Rob? How you doing?
I'm doing great, Big D. Matt Denton has been helping me bring my comic book to the finish line with a little bit of Photoshop and some font work and stuff like that, and I really appreciate it. It's done, so I looked at it and said, oh, it's almost done. So now I got a little team of people, including a couple of Brits, yourself, and Tapas. So appreciate that, dude. I know it's you keep some weird hours. You like a regular job or a weird job?
No, I do nothing all day.
Awesome.
No, it's just a matter of just finding a balance where it comes to like sleep pattern, because I have absolutely none.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I kind of changed mine around a lot. So, dude, chime in on this subject, man. What do you think? In SVD, who just walked in, who has no idea what the what the subject is. We're talking about exemptions in society for religious beliefs. And
let me
Tanya's looking around like, oh God, did you have to mention that? And by the way, Matt, I'm going to bring Bruce Jingles on with you too, because he's pouting, saying he's only got a few minutes. He's on his way to a comedy show. He doesn't have that much funny. He can't spend it on us. He'll run out of funny. Bruce Jingles, motherfucker.
Not funny, motherfucker.
Material, motherfucker.
At least I'm funnier than Russell Brand. That's all I know.
Hey, a piece of shit's funnier than Russell Brand.
Wait, is that the thing in Katy Perry, or what? Or was they broke up, right?
They're married.
Yeah, I know, but
they're married.
They said the other day that they were not doing good. I don't know. There was some gossip, but whatever.
No, she probably saw a comedy act.
All right, cool. Bruce Jingles, I put you on, and Matt Denton too. Matt's probably got more time to hold than you. He don't do fuck all day, as we just found out.
Right. Go ahead.
But Bruce, we're talking about exemptions in society for religious basis. What kind of organized religious faith are you, if you are? Can I ask that? Simon says I can't ask that.
No, you can. I'd be labeled as a Christian, but I would be labeled, I think Methodist, or no, Baptist. But I just go by Christian.
Oh, you're a Baptist?
Yeah, I was Baptist.
I was baptized. I just told them that I was baptized as a Catholic, but I don't. To me, I think about that like some other kid watching it happen. Like it totally didn't, like God didn't take me over. No, I think it was at my grandpa's funeral, so I think I was in 9th grade. It was just weird. I didn't even know what it was. Yeah. So Bruce, and Justin's trying. I gotta call Justin too. Everyone's calling at the same time. But anyway, you got a minute, Bruce, or what?
Yeah, I got a minute.
All right, listen to Matt, because Matt had some knowledge he was about to spit on the Brits' take on this. Religion, as long as you say it's part of your religious practice, it's okay. What's your opinion on that, big detonator?
In my opinion, and I know it's going to be quite unpopular with you, religion is bullshit. Organized religion is bullshit. Completely, utterly bullshit. To me, whilst there might be a higher power because this world didn't get created out of absolutely nothing, it's just a load of hoodoo about having people being judged. It's just a way to judge
load of
people.
Hoodoo.
It's
I like that. Load of hoodoo.
Hey, Pee-wee, by the way, I forgot that you were still there, man. If you're cool hanging out, that's cool, but don't feel kidnapped if you got to go.
All right.
All right, cool.
I went out with your sister the other night. We had a good time.
What's that?
I went out with your sister the other night. We had a great time.
I know. I heard you tore L.A. apart. L.A. will never.
Orange County.
All right, so Matt Denton, if organized religion is bullshit, then what is to gain by these exemptions? What would the government have to gain by saying it's okay to build a $8 billion church right there and not pay taxes, or it's okay to come into our places with your hats, even though no hats are allowed, as long as it's religion? What's up with that?
I think the government buys into religion like most other people do. It's just a matter of judging people. They need people to be judged so they can hand out their money to whatever cause they're fighting for now.
Our government or any government?
Every, absolutely every. I mean, it's the same over here.
What's that, Nikki?
Don't you know that religious organizations are one of the biggest contributors to political campaigns? That's why they get to do what they do.
To what campaign?
Political campaign.
I still can't hear what you're saying. I'm sorry.
Political campaign.
Political campaigns.
Bullshit.
Oh.
That's why.
Really, when the Mormons come over here and dump money into our elections to influence how California politics turn out, when you live in Utah and you've done your thing with Utah, so stay out of California.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, we might have a Mormon president. Oh
my God.
For
Bruce,
president.
the Mormons was what inspired this topic for me today, because I'm looking at this Warren Jeffs on the news, all over the news, his big trial, and of course he's accused of having this big compound, just like Waco, Texas, big family.
Oh, those big love Waco.
Girl, they have him raping a 12-year-old girl on audio.
It's on video, dude.
But it's
on fucking video.
Rape by our laws, but it's not rape by his law because he's a Mormon.
Oh, fuck that law, dude.
That law's bullshit.
I think they're in the state of Texas, so he has a bit of a problem.
Dude, well, here's the deal. Here's my problem with Mormons. Okay, in the Mormon Bible, it says that the black man bears the mark of Cain.
Correct.
Okay. Now all the way until they needed linebackers for Brigham Young, they had a problem with black people. Now they like black people. So I don't know.
You're right.
I'm sorry, I didn't follow that. No one commented on that. There was like a vacuum of energy, and Sonya went, huh. Now what?
No.
Like black people?
No, they're not. It says in the Mormon Bible that the black man bears the mark of Cain or some.
Oh, right. Okay,
yeah,
you know what? Since you mentioned that, what I was taught as a kid, I told Sonya this once and she was shocked. I was taught as a kid that Cain and Abel were two brothers, and one of them, I think Cain killed Abel, so to be punished, he was turned black.
Yeah, I heard that.
Is that the way it goes, or I don't?
No, that's like I've heard.
Please enjoy the music while your party is reached.
This is Justin.
Oh, you're calling somebody. I've heard that. It was never told to me, but I've heard that. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead. I hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I was told that. It's like one of those, like old wives' tales, or I don't know.
That's what I was told as a kid, like from those days before I was 5 years old, when I remember just going to pre-church, I don't know what you called it. It was like kids
catechism or Sunday school or whatever?
Sunday school. Yeah, that shit, yeah.
Bible school.
By the way, Justin Sano, did you join us? Oh, no, did I lose him? Hey, I lost him. Shit.
Oh.
All right. Oh, fuck. I'll wait and call him back in a minute because we got to hear his music again. I think he picked it up and we didn't talk to him, so we hung up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Corey's there. Hold on. JMC, are you there?
I'm here, brother. How are you?
Oh, dude, I got this new switchboard. It's badass, but I don't really know how to use it yet. It's pretty cool. Yo, how are you?
I don't know. I heard you talking about 5-year-olds or being a 5-year-old or being with a 5-year-old or something, dude, and it just sounded weird, and then I got cut out.
We're talking about this guy, Warren Jeffs, who can be with a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old and about 12 other wives in his harem, and it's okay because it's his religion, so it's okay. That's his defense.
Well, hey, dude, I mean, I'm no man to judge another man, but that's a little weird. I mean, yeah.
Justin, remember, what was the deal when somebody wanted us to open up a church because it was going to be legal for us to consume cannabis if it was just part of our religious sacrament or something?
Dude, there was a guy, when I was training in Hilo, we ran into a guy who actually offered a service through his ministries, which were Ganjanometry, I believe. His name was Roger Dr. Christie, and he would give out sacraments of his religion in exchange for donations to his church. And so he would legally give out sacraments. And so the federal government, though, deemed it as, I believe, drug sales and tax evasion, and he's sitting in a federal penitentiary serving time right now while he's trying to mount a defense and get himself out of there. So it's, you know, it's an interesting subject. You think you can hide under the flag of religion, but I guess Dr. Christie paid the hard way and learned he couldn't. So I don't know if it's as big of a shelter as you think. I'm sure there's a lot more sanctions and governing sanctions from, you know, the federal government than we probably ever have had before. After, you know, like we have right now, coming and taking a lot of freedoms away. So it's probably, you know, like we were thinking before, like you open up your religion and you have a tax shelter and then you do your thing and whatever. Everybody's just BS. They're just hiding in these religions. They're all just trying to make $1 and stick people for their money and whatever else. And
what about but what about the way society looks at religion from the outside? I mean, you don't even have to belong to religion. For instance, an Indian burial ground, something like, you know, that they consider, hey, this land is I don't know what the word. Hold on, let me ask Sonia. Sonia, what's the word for like Indian burial ground and the older walk on it because it's sacred. Now that's kind of like the same thing. Like you make an exception, like if something's sacred, it's kind of like the same thing. Like you're building a town, and then it's like you got to go around this big 200, 300-yard spot because it's sacred. That means that has religious connection to the Indians, right? Isn't that the same thing as saying? That's the same thing as saying, okay, you can come in here with your yarmulke on your head, even though I just told that kid he's got to take his ball cap off. Same thing, yeah. Justin, or no?
I don't know. You know, I'm not so sure. To be honest, I'm not so sure I followed you on that. But
okay, well, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to think of another example of like when if it's someone's religious practice, whether it's to smoke weed or whether it's to wear a towel on your head or those yarmulke things, or whether it's whether you say in my religious practice I have to every 3 or 4 hours stand up and do this dance and scream. Well, then even if I was like, you know, somewhere where that wouldn't be accepted, you know, like if I was in the middle of downtown or something, if I was doing that and people would say, hey, you're kind of creating disturbance, if I said, hey, this is my religious practice, they'd go, oh, okay, cool. Hey, tell God I said hi.
Yeah, that's it. Not cool.
What's that about? I mean, it's like you don't have to pay taxes. If your religion says you can have 12 wives, that, you know, that's cool as long as that's your religion. If it says, you know, that it's okay to smoke weed, that's your religion. Or, you know, your religion says to kill chickens, is that okay? Or, wait, that's too dirty. You know, I mean, there are lines drawn. It's not government drawing the lines, but government allows the freedom for everyone to draw their own lines, I think.
I think it's awesome. You got to have that freedom. You know, without that freedom, you have tyranny of the government. And how's it? A totalitarian society that nobody's happy, and it's just ridiculous. So it's kind of good that we have freedom, don't you think? I mean, I like America. God bless America. It's a great place to live. And
of course, I like freedom, but the question is, if it's separation, then who governs it? Who says, you know? I mean, why can't I just say, you know what, I don't want to pay taxes anymore?
What about building a mosque in Times Square after, you know, blowing up 9/11, like right around the corner from the World Trade Center, you know, Ground Zero? What about them building a mosque right around the corner from there? I mean, they're totally on the right to do it. I mean, a lot of people are up in arms for it, and they're saying, you know, that's horrible. And I may have even did a topic on the show before. And
I don't think there was an exception made because it was a religious operation. I believe if somebody wanted to put a Y Center in there, they would have stood the same argument. They would have said, hey, what the fuck? There's no reason a Y Center can't go in here. And that was kind of the thing with that. You know, why is there a reason unless you hate us? and you had to say you hate him in order to say that it doesn't belong there. At least that's the way I looked at it. Hey, you got Kendall Groves with?
I do have Kendall Groves with me, but I gotta make a point. If we weren't at war with their countries, and it wasn't suspected or proposed that they blew up our infrastructure, and we didn't have, 15,000 troops over there fighting with those guys right now, it wouldn't be a slap in the face. But since we do, I consider it a slap in the face. And I'll say that till the day I die. So, fuck those guys, open them off somewhere else, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, cheers, KG. I love you guys.
All right, well, dude, we wanna hear Kendall Groves.
Kendall Groves on the phone. RVD. Oh, what's going on? You doing? We were just making a mean try to did, and I just handed the phone over to Kendall. Long time. What's up, RVD?
Kendall Groves, what up? What's up, fighter? You're training hard for what? What fight you got coming up and when?
I got a fight, Pro Elite Hawaii against Joe Riggs. This is a rematch. He got the best of me about 6 years ago, and now it's time for some revenge.
Awesome. Hey, you got a website to plug?
What?
Not really.
TheSpider.com, StraightRoulette.com, and ProElite.com.
All right, cool. All right, hey, Kendall, since you live in Hawaii, a lot of people think that people in Hawaii, just like with Indians or whatever, they can get away with stuff like what is it? I don't even think it's the marijuana. I think it's like let's see, what the hell is it called? What's that shit in the desert called? Like people eat and you don't know? I don't know what it's called, but anyway, like peyote, like peyote and shit like that. Is there shit like that, like for religious practices? That the cultural religion, a lot, has people do stuff that otherwise might be considered illegal. Like we use marijuana as an example here. Like it's part of your religion, then it's okay. We're talking about religion and things that are set aside, for religion, and it's okay.
Yeah. There's churches on Maui that have that practice marijuana in their services and stuff. One thing about Hawaii that's a plus that they're so you got the medical marijuana card out there too now, and that's getting more leniency through the police. But you'll still get busted. It's kind of a wish-wash, but other than that, yeah, there's a few churches on Maui. But
right on. I thought so. That's awesome.
Yeah, but it's been getting better as the months go on, and more leniency towards medical marijuana if you got the card and stuff. So that's a plus.
All right, cool. Well, you guys got time to hang out? We got like 10 minutes of the show. If not, if you got to go, that's cool. I'm going to go to my boy Diamond Dallas Page. You ever heard of him, Kendall Groves?
DDP, motherfucker. Yeah.
DDP, say hi to Kendall Groves.
What's up, brother? Hey,
what's up, Diamond Dallas Page?
I'm in North Atlanta. Went out to see some heavy metal music tonight, and I was drinking, a little bit too much tequila. And I go, fuck, I missed Rob's show. I got to call him right now and tell him I got fucked up drinking the tequila. I go, wait a minute. I start talking to Sonia, and I realize I'm right on fucking time.
Right, perfect. Hey, DDP, I'm going to see you in Atlanta this weekend at the big NWA Fan Fest, huh?
Yes, I'm already here, man. I'm already here. I came in early, get my body work done, and see some of my peeps here in ATL. When are you getting in, on Friday night?
I leave Friday night. I'm going to get in Saturday morning. NWAFanfest.com, the other link that I would put up from tonight's show. This thing's huge, like the biggest wrestling fan convention on the planet, maybe even in the solar system. There might be competition on Jupiter. We don't know yet, and we're not exploring that. But it's big,
I'll tell you, Greg Price does an awesome fucking job. He does an awesome job bringing in. I'm actually going to be there Friday night because they have their own Hall of Heroes, like Hall of Fame, the Hall of Heroes, and I'm actually inducting Sir Oliver Humperdinck, which me and Hump go back to Florida Championship Wrestling in 1989. I actually got to meet him when he was managing Bam Bam Bigelow, and I know Bam Bam. We're both Jersey boys. I know them since he was 16 years old. So I got to meet Hump back then, and to be inducted into the Hall of Heroes. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
All right, get deep with me, real quick here. What do you think about the exceptions that society has for religious practices? We're talking about different examples we can think of, inspired by the dude on TV, Warren Jeffs, who, because he's a Mormon, he thinks it's okay to have a harem of wives, regardless of whether they're 12 years old, 14 years old, whatever. He's facing, our legal system right now, and his defense is, well, I'm a Mormon, that's my religion. What do you think about that?
Personally, as a man, I think that's pretty cool, but I'm just being honest. I like the fact that you could have more than one or two or three women, but at the same time, one woman is enough.
One woman is sometimes too much.
Yeah, dude, way too much at times, But when you got two or three, like in that show Big Love, I mean...
No, they're always ugly, though. That's what's weird about them. But anyway... it's not just that, it's other things, like if it's part of your religion, then it might be okay to, not comply to the dress code that I have that says no hats or no, your clothing or, whatever. It might be, not cool to smoke, but you can smoke sage or whatever if that's part of your religion here. And there's you don't have to pay taxes. There's so much set aside where people say, oh, well, okay, as long as you're trying to connect to God, I don't want to get in the way of that. Is that really what that's about? Because, prospectively, organized religion is a huge business, and that's it.
I think organized religion is total bullshit. It's just my objective. I have a great relationship with God, and I'm very spiritual, but when it comes to organized religion, I grew up a Catholic, and I think the Catholic religion is the greatest organized crime on the planet. That they shuffle these young, these priests under the rug, for grabbing little altar boys and shit. It really pisses me off. And it just goes goes under the carpet. So when I think about things that are, brushed off and how people, I think it's a part of religion, the masses meeting and being spiritual, I think that's cool. But people who actually get all tongue-tied into the religion, like you must believe in Jesus or you're going to die, and go into hell, what the fuck? I mean, be a good person. And that's why I've gotten to know RVD more after wrestling than during wrestling. And I know one thing, RVD, great guy, and he's going to do the right thing, and that's the way I am. That's the way I live my life.
Hey, Tampass, you agree?
I do. I totally agree.
You got about 45 seconds to tell us how much you agree.
All right, well, squeeze in real quick about shit people do because of their religion, and people having sex with animals because they say it's to do with their religion. And it's true, man. It's out there. I've seen documentaries on it, and there's one on the BBC website I'm looking at right now. Sudanese man was forced to marry a goat and take it as his wife because he was caught having sex with it.
They made him marry the goat because he was caught fucking it?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And he should have.
Okay, as long as they were married.
He should have
went down.
Talk about the farmer's daughter. Jesus Christ.
That must have been some honeymoon. No, people do that. Those Middle Eastern countries, they do shit like that.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That's a whole different religion, and that's really fucked up.
That is one of the points, is that you don't have to subscribe to any religion. People respect everyone else's religion enough to make the exemption. You know what I mean? It's like when they say, "Oh, I'm not going to take that towel off your head," it's not because they're a Muslim. It's because they know that person is, and they don't want to get in the way of their connection with God, or they just don't want to offend that person. I think it's more about they don't want to offend that person, and we're taught in the back of our mind not even to question God. I think that's what it's about. We're just, without thinking about it, it's like bad, God, bad, don't defy, go with it. You know what I mean? I think it's more that, more like something that's installed in us, Hey, this is an awesome show, though, and we got 20 seconds, and then it's going to be done. So, Kendall, kick some ass on your flight, bro. I hope I can make it in Hawaii to see.
Is that Kendall? Kendall, you bad motherfucker. You bad motherfucker, you.
And Matt Denton and fucking Tap Ass and everybody that called. Bruce Jingles, kick some ass, and I'll see you at NWA Fan Fest, motherfuckers.
That was awesome.
You're listening to RVD Radio.
Hi, baby.